you have been pursuing fat loss, you made progress, the scale went down, your clothes are fitting a bit looser, but every time you take your shirt off and you stare in the mirror, you still got that gut, you still got that lower portion of belly fat, and it seems, despite your efforts, it's not going anywhere. So in today's video, what I want to do is run you through a two-step plan that's going to allow you to get past the hurdle and actually be able to see your abs. Guys, if you don't know who I am, my name is Jonathan. I went from 250 to 177. I lost over 70 pounds through trial and error, and I make videos like this to give you realistic and effective strategies that actually work, so you don't have to waste time doing things that don't. So if you're having this issue right now where you lost, some weight, but yet the belly fat's still there and you're not getting the results that you want, anytime that we approach fat loss or weight loss, if we're just cutting calories and essentially doing a lot of cardio, all we're gonna do is shrink. We're losing body fat and we're losing muscle alongside with it. So essentially we just become a smaller version of ourselves, but the body composition underneath our skin, underneath our fat hasn't changed much. And this is essentially why you can have two guys weigh the exact same, but they can look completely different. One guy could be 177 pounds, soft and fluffy, and another guy can be 177 pounds, dense and solid, and the main difference is building muscle mass. So if you want the belly fat going and you want it to be able to be shirtless at the beach, we need to shift our mindset. Yes, we can pay attention to the scale because it is an indicator that we're losing something, but we need to shift our mindset from looking at the scale to building muscle. And there's two main things we have to focus on, really three, but two main things we want to focus on. Point number one, we need to lift weights. That may sound obvious, but there is a certain structure that we need to run through in order to get the best result possible. I learned this the hard way because I did the bro splits, I did the push-pull legs, I did the high-intensity stuff when I was in the military. And what works best to really build out your frame as fast as possible with the least amount of effort is just you focusing on the compound lifts that's going to hit multiple muscle groups in one session. So that's squats, deadlift, rows, presses. So when it comes to these compound lifts, we just want to focus on heavy to moderate weight. So when I say heavy, I'm thinking anywhere from like 6 to 8 repetitions. When I'm thinking moderate weight, I'm thinking anywhere from 10 to 12 repetitions. And again, we're working our full body. So we're doing a bench press, we're working our chest, shoulders, and triceps. When you're doing a row, you're working your biceps, your forearms, and your back. When you're doing deadlifts, again, it's going to be back, it's going to be forearms, it's going to be hamstrings. You're engaging your core. You're getting more results for less effort doing compound movements versus any other workout structure. And when doing this, you don't need to live in the gym. You need a few quality sessions a week. So you can get anywhere from 3 to 4 quality sessions in a week and make great leaps and bounds in terms of building muscle and getting rid of body fat. And the whole mindset that you need to have when going into the gym, train like you're on a mission. Go in there, show up, do what you need to do, get done, and move on with your day. Now, point number 2 to couple in with the activity is going to be nutrition. This is where body fat really falls off. Obviously, anytime that we want to burn body fat, we need to be in a calorie deficit. Without a deficit, there is no progress, okay? What we want to focus on is tracking your calories through fitness trackers like MyFitnessPal. There's a few other ones out there. Again, I only use MyFitnessPal, so I'm only going to speak on that. Once we do that, you want to kind of focus on being on the higher end of a calorie deficit. So, for example, anytime I approach my calorie deficit and the people I train, we typically like to shoot for a range. Like we want to lose 2 pounds a week and in between half a pound a week. And we can eat within that window because that allows for flexibility. But if you have already had progress in terms of some fat loss and you want some muscle building, you can still operate within that range. But I say give yourself a little bit more food so we can go 1 pound to half a pound a week lost in terms of body fat. That allows us to be at a higher calorie range. So again, we can have a little bit more energy for the gym if we're going to be lifting heavier. This allows us to burn as much body fat and then preserve muscle in the process. Now, the second part of this whole nutrition thing is not just the calorie deficit. We want to aim for higher protein. And protein is pretty much the building blocks that's going to allow us to build the physique that we're looking for. And it's going to be a nutrient source that's going to keep us feeling full. So we're not raiding the fridge at 9 o'clock and then, running through the pantry, eating cookies, cakes, chips, donuts, and then knocking ourselves out of a calorie deficit. Ideally, when it comes to protein, I like to shoot for a range anywhere between 150 grams of protein to 200 grams of protein plus. In between this range, it allows for flexibility, and it's going to be enough to do what we need to do in terms of building muscle and maintaining muscle in the gym. And if you're one of those guys that have trouble hitting their protein and not knowing how much protein they need or not knowing what food groups go into those sources, guys, I do run a one-on-one coaching program. Link for that's going to be down below. We can set something up for you. It's a done-for-you plan that you can plug and play, that can get you results week after week, month after month. So we got the calorie deficit, the protein, and the third source is carbohydrates. Now, I know a lot of people when approaching fat loss, they want to say cut out carbs, get rid of carbs. That's not necessarily true. You can have carbs and still build a great physique. When I went from 250 to where I'm at now, I definitely had carbs. Okay, carbs are going to allow us to lift heavier in the gym. A quick hack that always worked for me. I didn't really take a lot of pre-workout, but what you can do before going into the gym, eat 2 bananas. That's going to give you enough energy for a 90-minute workout session and allow you to push those heavier sets. And the thing about bananas, they release into the bloodstream a lot faster. So you can eat a banana within 10 minutes, you can feel the effect. So as you're doing your sets, you'll have more and more energy as you're lifting. So that's the plan. A gentle deficit, high protein, and have carbs around your training. And last point, honorable mention, this is something that is just going to take time. It is not a popular statement to say that, but this is something that is just going to take time. We live in a world where everybody can tell you can get 6-pack abs in 90 days. You'll get 6-pack abs in 30 days. And that's not necessarily true for everybody. Some people's journey may take longer. Some people's journey may take shorter. At the end of the day, you have to run your race, because I put it this way. You rush to get lean for what? For what? Because you still have to work to maintain it. I'm sorry. I don't if you think that you get lean and all of a sudden all the problems go away, they don't. You still have to work to maintain said results. And if you can set yourself up in a way where every single day is progressing you towards a goal, you have won. You have successfully won in the game of fitness. You hurry up and get lean and then rebound and then gain all the weight back. We have to develop the habits and behaviors. This stuff I just mentioned needs to become second nature for you. If it's not second nature for you, you're going to get lean and you're going to lose it. And that's how you got those guys like, oh, look at this old picture of me. I don't want that to be your story. I didn't want that to be my story. I want to be able to walk around lean all year round. I want it to be, regardless of the season, I could take my shirt off at the beach and feel confident in the physique that I built from the work that I put in. Because again, I made the behaviors that I talk about a consistent habit. I dialed in and made it a consistent habit. If you're the type of person that gets stressed out and then you just abandon your plans because you're stressed out at work or you had a stressful day, so you just say, well, I'm just going to binge eat a bunch of food. Guys, like that stuff is not going to get us to the spot where we need to get to, right? We have to give this stuff time. And here's something that changed the game for me. The timelines that we set for ourselves are completely made up. They're completely made up. The urgency that we put on ourselves to be somewhere by a certain time frame, they're completely made up. I think my personal belief is that, again, if we can lock in and just become the type of person that just does these things, you don't have to worry about when I'm going to get lean by. You'll just look up one day and be like, oh, I can see my abs, and you'll just keep going. That's it. And you just won't stop until, you get to your desired result. And even then, it's going to become so ingrained in you that this is a part of your everyday routine that you'll still keep going. Hence the reason why I'm able to, walk around lean all year round, and why this transformation seemed effortless to the people outside looking in. But really, I just, instead of looking at the end goal, it was just more so, okay, track my food, high protein, lift. Track my food, high protein, lift. Day in and day out. That's it. So my message to you is to stop rushing, play the long game, build a life of consistency, and the results will take care of themselves. So let's bring this home. If you have lost body fat, but you're still hanging on to some belly fat and then you want it gone, we want to focus on lifting. We want to focus on getting high protein and carbing up on the days that we lift heavier, because that's going to allow us to crank out more reps and more sets and heavier weight in the gym, thus helping us get better results. And on top of that, we want to give this simple plan some time. Now, I understand it sounds simple enough, but executing is a whole different process. Guys, if you guys need additional help with accountability, meal structure, knowing what foods can fit into the calorie deficit that you can eat consistently, or building a workout structure that is built around your life, guys, link for that is down below. I do run a one-on-one coaching program where we set that up. It is a done-for-you program that you can plug and play, get results week after week, month after month. Other than that, stay focused, lock in on this, and I'll see you on the next video.